When the lights go out, you're going to need something to light your way. Sometimes camp gear can serve double duty as emergency preps, and this is one of those cases. This is the Fenix CL23R. Let's check it out. One, two. So with all we're seeing in the news, of course you should be making preps with your food and your water, maybe even some radiological gear these days. But in a worst case scenario, basic light still remains an important prep item for your home. So that's where something like this comes into play. Now this is a camp item. Normally we'd look at this and think, that's the way I light my tent. But like I said, sometimes camp items can kind of cross over into prep items. Actually, a lot of times. And this is one of those things. This is the Fenix CL26R. It is a 300 lumen flashlight. It runs on 3 AA batteries. There is a rechargeable version as well. I will link both down below if you like the rechargeable version. And to turn it on, you'll notice it has a flashlight here and a light up here. It also has an interesting feature here. There's a tripod mount. So if you want to stick this up in your tent like this on a tripod, you can do that, even in a room, even in a work area, wherever. Something like this is small, doesn't take up a lot of room. You can see it's not a huge item. I'm going to turn it on real quick. That's low, okay? You see how the back isn't lit up. So that's just the front. Go to the next level. Oops, we didn't want to do that. There we go. Okay, next level. And that's your 300 lumens. Now, we are going to test this in total darkness here. And I'm going to see how well it lights up my work area here, because this is what I usually use something like this for. It would be a work area light, or maybe a living room light where I'd hang it up from the ceiling or whatever. Now, another interesting feature about this thing is it also has a flashlight on the bottom. So let's get that on. So as you can see here, that's low, medium, and back to the top here. Okay. And I really like the fact that it's very, very simple to operate. You just push these buttons and you'll get your light. So I'm going to give you a little more information on this light. Turn it off. Now to turn it off, you're just going to push and hold. This does have a memory in it. That is kind of handy, okay? So next time I turn it on, that light's going to come on again. And if I want to take it up, I just keep pushing, okay? So it does have a memory mode in it. Very nice to see that. Something less expensive wouldn't possibly have something like that. So it's nice to have that in there. If I want to, say, use this for the same purpose every time, I don't have to go through a bunch of modes every time and, let's get back to where we were. Let me show you the batteries really quick. You will open on top here. You just unscrew it on top. And it takes 3 AA's. I'm kind of cool with AA's. I like the rechargeables for lights too, because they're kind of handy, and especially with all these power stations that I've been reviewing. Awesome thing to have. But I also like the AA's because I feel that's kind of convenient when you just want to toss the batteries out and start fresh. You don't want to mess around with rechargeables or anything like that. And you don't have the option of maybe someday, especially with heavy use, if that internal battery dies, this light becomes useless. So, with the regular batteries, you can take them out, throw them out, put new ones in, and the light itself will be fine. So, let's go through the stats on it really, really quick, and then we're going to test it in here and kind of show you what it looks like. Now, your output on this at the peak is 300 lumens. As far as a throw, it really isn't a thrower light, but it does do a distance of 20 meters. It is rated IP66 rating for weatherproof and dustproof. Your diameter is 2.2 inches. Height is 3.4 inches. Your weight on this without batteries is 4.9 ounces. Not bad, not super heavy. Again, you're going to need 3 AA batteries, which are included, okay? And you have your memory function in there, so when you turn this thing off and you turn it back on again, it will remember the last mode it was in. Now, the press to turn it off, you're just going to push and hold, okay? To change modes, you're going to just push. So it's kind of confusing at first because you're like, wait a minute, I should be pushing and holding to change modes. You're just going to push that button to change modes. So push and hold to turn on. There. And to change modes, just push quick. And that's it. So what we're going to do is we're going to hang this thing up here. And I'm going to show you this area without any lights on in here. And we're going to see just how much this lights up. So let's get that set up. Now, admittedly, this is not super bright. This is the lowest setting. We're going to bump it up a little here. There we go. Next level. And the next level. So as you can see, in a pinch, this would actually work pretty darn well, all in all, I gotta say. Now that's its highest. That's 300 lumens, especially if I'm pointing it downward like this. Sorry for the glare on the camera there. If I'm pointing it downward like that, you see it has a little more light. However, I want to kind of spin you around a little bit here to show you just how bright this is. Now it's over here, right? It's about, what, I don't know, 12 inches, no, maybe 24 inches off the top of the table here. Let me spin you around and let you see. There's my radios over there. And of course the garage door. So you see this does let off a pretty decent amount of light. I got my coffee and my water there because it is early. So you see this lets off a decent amount of light. Now what we're going to do now is going to try out the flashlight, okay? I want to give the flashlight a whirl here. All right, there we go. That's on low, and that's on high. So not bad. I mean, for a flashlight, really not all that bad. You know, for a smaller flashlight that isn't its primary goal to be a flashlight, I really can't complain, you know? Okay, and then you got your top here, medium, and high. So as you can tell, if I put this up as high as, say, my fluorescent lighting here, that's my fluorescent lighting, that's a pretty decent enough light to do something by. And all in all, you know, it's a good little small prep that you can keep hidden away for emergencies. You don't store the batteries in it because you wouldn't be using this every day, and you don't want the batteries to leak. But it is a small prep that you can keep hidden away for emergencies. So let's get all the lights back on and finish up our review on this guy. Now, you will get an instruction manual with this. The instruction manual in English is literally, let's see, yeah, like one section here. Really not super long. It's just like one section in English. Very easy to read, very easy to deal with. Nothing in there that's too difficult. Your run times, 300 lumens, 7.5 hours. That is not bad for 300 lumens. 150 lumens, 13 hours. 40 lumens, 45 hours. The front light at 25 lumens will give you 80 hours. The other front light, 2 lumens, 350 hours. Really cool. I gotta say, that is really a long time. And you know, you think, wow, what, 2 lumens? That's nothing. Or, you know, 25 lumens, 2 lumens, you know, you think that's not a lot of light. But it actually is a decent amount of light. If you just want like a night light, if you're going to be reading by this, if you're going to just keep it on so you can see your surroundings when you wake up, especially in a tent while camping, I always keep some kind of little light on in the corner or something. And I used to have to use a flashlight, you know, an older AA battery flashlight, and it would be dead by morning. With something like this, I can control the lumen output, have it nice and low, and just have a night light. That way when you wake up in the middle of the night, if you hear a weird noise or if you see something going on, you got a way to see stuff instead of waking up in completely pitch black. It does come with some extra O-rings. Like I said, this is IP66 waterproof rated. And it does come with a little lanyard keychain kind of thing there. I guess if you wanted to put that on there, you could. You could also just do it with a carabiner and hang it up. Really simple to do. And again, like I said, you got that little tripod mount there. So that can mount on any tripod that you have, be it a little camera tripod or something bigger, and just move that thing around and be able to keep a little light on a tripod. I'm going to give you a little example here. Okay, this is a little camera tripod, actually for a cell phone, and the top piece is the cell phone connector, which we took off there. So I'm going to screw this thing in here, and it just screws right on there nice and easy. I'll tighten it up a little bit because it's heavier than a cell phone. And there you go. So if I want to keep this, say, somewhere in my tent or somewhere kind of up off the ground, you know, I could just turn that thing on like that, and I got myself a nice little light on a tripod. So that's really hard to beat for the money. All in all, that's a neat little system. You can put this maybe where you're cooking or whatever. If you're cooking with a little stove, you got some light. And again, this one's on low here today, so we're not going super high with it. But definitely a neat little feature. I like the fact that it is tripod mountable. So if you really want to get it up high, say outside in your camping area, and light up your whole, you know, 360 of a camp area, you can put this on a tripod, say a camera tripod, mount it up high, turn it on, and you can see pretty much everything around you of what's going on. So all in all, neat little flashlight. I feel things like this are important. You know, people forget stuff like this. They're busy getting their food, they're busy getting their water, maybe their self-defense tools, supplies, things like that, and they forget little things like a good lantern. You know, something small, that's battery operated, there's no gas, there's nothing to store but a few little batteries, so it's definitely a handy little item. These run about $49.95, okay? There are some deals on them. I will put a link on Amazon to this one here, and you can check it out. They're on the more expensive side of things, but honestly, the quality from Fenix is really good. I have never had a Fenix flashlight or light go bad on me, ever. All in all, neat little system, handy little light. And again, if you're on a budget and you can't afford something like that, find a cheaper solution. There are plenty of them. But for quality, you know, the buy once, cry once kind of thing, something like that, just you can't go wrong. I've never had problems with any Fenix lights. So that's why I had absolutely no problem reviewing this item, because I know Fenix's quality. Anyway, folks, that's the light, the CL23. It's a multi-directional emergency light or camp light or whatever you want to call it. I call it an emergency light because that's what my use is. You guys may be watching this review and ready to go camping next week and not care about emergencies. Well, let me tell you, that will work for that too. It works just as well. Anyway, I have the link down below. Check them out. I am not making anything off that. It's just for you guys to check out and see. I bought this for out here personally to use with that tripod on my table here. If the power's out, I can still do kind of detail-oriented work, and I kind of like that. I have a bunch of different lights, but something small like this is very handy out here because I can just stick it up on my shelf up there, pull it down when I need it. So like I said, link will be down below. Don't forget to check out all our other links. We have our Amazon affiliate store down below there. Pretty much everything I review that I can find on Amazon, I will put there. If I find it cheaper somewhere else, I'll let you know. Hey, you know what? This is on Amazon, but going to Walmart, it's $10 cheaper. But I put it there for you guys to check out the specs if I forget something. We have our freeze-dried wholesalers link. Now, you guys have seen me concentrating hard on that because I want you guys to get stocked up on food. I really feel we're coming into a situation where we're going to see some real shortages this summer. The grain situation is really bad. Lots of other feed shortages for chicken and things like that. So you're going to see some shortages. It may not be super dramatic, it may not be as bad as we're all thinking, but you're going to see some shortages. So definitely get stocked up with some food for emergencies. Your freeze-dried wholesalers link down below. You just click that link, you'll save 15%. I recently did a video on spices from them, and I've tried a couple of them. I got to say, they're amazing. They're just, you know, spices, regular spices, but there's so much and they last for 25 years. So you can't beat that. We have our My Patriot Supply link down below as well. We have some special deals on there. The 3-month kit is still $150 off. So if you're looking to stock up right now, you have nothing, and you're watching my videos going, oh man, I got to do something. That's a good way to do it. Right away off the bat, you got 3 months of food. Just make sure you stock water for it. And below that is our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. If you're looking for some really good, clean, freeze-dried food, I mean, when you read the ingredients, it's like chicken, salt. That's it. There's nothing in it. Check out Thrive Life down below. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.